Hello Eswatini, hello world. Welcome once again to First Friday on the first Friday of the month of September 2020. My name is Tamsanga Sibanze, aka the courtesy of hip hop, aka the facilitator, aka the ambassador, aka the fire starter. And it's always a pleasure for me to be your host right here on First Friday. Now, every first Friday of the month, what we do is we come together as poets and artists to flex and share with you what it is that we love to do. So thank you to everybody that has joined us right now. We can see the views on the rise. Henton Gunene, salute, hello to you too, sir. Welcome to the show. We're coming at you live from Mbab City, the cap city of the Kingdom of Eswatini, and this live stream has been made possible by Daniel Toro. And of course, the show, First Friday, has been made possible by the U.S. Embassy in the Kingdom of Eswatini in collaboration with our venue in Dibanweni and of course, your boy, the courtesy of hip hop. What we recognized somewhere along the line was that there was a gap in the industry, especially for poetry. So what we did is we set up this gathering. Before COVID-19 hit, we used to pack this place right here with poetry lovers. But when the lockdown happened, we said, you know what? Let the poetry keep on going, and let's set up a situation where we can bring the poetry to you wherever you are in the world. So ladies and gentlemen, right about now, what we're going to do is another First Friday regular section, which is the open mic session. So Daniel Toro, please roll this next couple of videos for the open mic session before we bring out our guest for the evening, who is the Eswatini Lockdown Online Talent Show champion, the Poetic General. But before then, let's go straight to the open mic session. Daniel Toro, take me there.
So, I have always wanted to be black. Before Trevor Noah talked about wanting to be black, remember? But not just any kind of black though. I'm talking top tier black. I'm talking black from America, because who doesn't want to be black like African American black? Like, I want to walk like you black, talk like you black, have a rap accent black, sag my pants like you black. I want to let my curls hang loose like you black. I want to stand right next to you on the pedestal that I've spent my entire life making sure you were perfectly mounted on. I want to slur my words like you. Say Alana, say nah me man, say Shawty, what your name is. I want to say it with my chest, say it black, say it real black, but being here is weird for me. Because your eyes map my melanin and burden it with the weight of not knowing. Whether your great-great-great-grandmother's DNA is hiding beneath my skin, your ears scrape my dialect for your identity, and it makes me so heavy, so weary, because I finally get it. I get it. You are displaced on this land that will never let you home here. Dust here, ash here, motherland. Man, I've got to visit the motherland, man. Like, you will never know peace if you don't make the holy pilgrimage to the motherland. It is like, you will never know peace. I get it. I get why you have to tattoo black on every single thing here. Black president, black American, black lives matter, black don't crack, black entertainment television, black history month, black is beautiful, black panther, black power, black love, black moms, black dad, black. Black is a blessing, it burns. It burns to be black here. It hurts to have this melanin sitting at the edges of your skin, yet still, you phoenix through your ancestors' abused identity and rise. You still rise, black child, when you come back. Even if back is here on the street when you come back. Even if back is on the subway where we meet when you come back. Even if back is in the restaurant where we meal, I will say welcome home and hug you. Breathe over the wound of not knowing where your roots lie. If they still grow, did they die? Is your family tree also gaping open from not knowing where you are? Are they looking for closure too? Dear African in America, I promise you this. I will welcome you home. Thank you.
Boys will be boys. A phrase that has been used as a get-out-of-jail-free card for the boys. For instance, when you see a boy toddler at the store throwing a tantrum and chucking his toys out the court, you smile at the parents and say, boys will be boys. When two boys get into a fight on the playground and one punches the other, giving them a black eye, we pull them apart and we say, boys will be boys. When high school boys are drunk and acting a fool, or when the boy child comes back home to say he got a girl pregnant, we shrug our shoulders and we say, boys will be boys. Parents and teachers, brothers and sisters, family and friends, village. Boys will not be boys. Boys will be what we teach them to be. See, as a boy, when I asked my father what it means to be a man, he thought about it for a minute. Then he gave me the best advice he could. He referred me to my uncle. I got to my uncle excited and expectant, but he too said I must ask his cousin, who subsequently referred me to another guy. I am starting to think that our collective socialization does not have a firm grip on what it means to be a man. When it comes to raising boys, we have sinned. That word sin comes from the Aramic language and it means to miss the mark. We are in urgent need of a replacement picture of what it means to be a man. With that said, sisters, may I humbly request that we revisit that movement, #ManAreTrash. Not because it's not what they are, but because it's not what we want them to be. He said, let there be light, and so there was. It is a fundamental principle of creation that you speak what you want to see and not what you do not want to see. He said, let there be light. He did not say, darkness, go away. He said, let there be light in the midst of the darkness. We are in urgent need of a replacement picture. Boys will not be boys. Boys will be what we teach them to be. The way we raise our boys neglects that they will one day grow up to be men that do things with no regards to the effects. We approach women with so much entitlement. Look at every metaphor that we use to describe sex. It is charged with an undertone of violence. Smash, screw, bang, nail. Words maketh the man. This is such a fucking thing. Then we try to water it down by using phrases like consent is sexy. No, brother. Lingerie is sexy. Consent is a basic human right. Boys will not be boys. Boys will be what we teach them to be. And when boys don't learn, grown men won't know. Think about this for a second. A group of apes is known as a troop. A group of buffaloes is known as a gang. A group of dogs is known as a pack, and a group of hyenas is known as a clan. A group of birds is known as a flock. A group of lions is known as a pride. And a group of men, a group of men is known as a threat. Both to women and other men. Women all around the world feel safer around other women than around men. And there is a serious cause for concern because masculinity is supposed to protect the vulnerability of our community. Masculinity is supposed to protect the vulnerability of our community. Boys will not be boys. Boys will be what we teach them to be.
Is about creating from home because it is our platform, and it is entitled Home is Your Platform. 2020 had us gearing up for exciting ventures, resolutions fueled by a new drive. We were building momentum. But an accident that ignited an accelerating pandemic pulled the brakes and it turned tragic. 2020 of distance, cancellation of events, termination of contracts, no contact. Though some of our lives have always been a quarantine, COVID-19 had our creative energies on a lockdown. But I am your wordsmith, unlocking your third eye. See me in your mind's eye. Feel me so vividly, my absence you deny. Listen to me carefully. This is your window of opportunity. Distance from the blinds, for they cloud you. Gaze within the walls that built you, and let my voice transcend you deeper into the roots of your artistry, the fruits of poetry. Nobody leaves malnourished. It is essential to devour art. I am the waters of the Red Sea, healing you from the ebbs that cripple you. Part with idleness, flow with me. I call this wave the collaboration movement, like Lakers, the shooters of every point. Load your slings and leave no stone unturned. It is your turn to quell the giant and put your name on it. Like Seneti Siwe, quenching consumers with content, leaving them content. Connect. Watch colonized corporate minds appreciate the art. Create. This is how we get lit. Let your surroundings spark ideas, then command your position in this place. Unapologetically take up space. I promise the vision is still on board. Reform ideas infected and deformed. You are the antidote. I am your tool. Don't be a fool. You have a bill. Netflix and chill all day won't pay. Log in to the present. Unwrap the future. You too are an important, potent, creative. Stay active. Your home is your platform. There are infinite digital spaces open. Tune in. This life is a live stream. Anyone could be watching. Don't just pin your interests. Begin in an instant. It's never too late. When the sun rises and the birds tweet, do not retreat. Preheat every gram of lost hope. Bake. Awaken your creativity. I am your catalyst, the yeast of productivity. Every dream is still within your reach. Just rise and deliver. Shoot your shot at every point. Unleash the David in you. Slay every Goliath against you. Beloved, maybe you are right. Many do not like peas, but if it's your pod, cast it. Creating keeps us sane, so sanitize the somber world. You are the antidote. I am the pen for the prescription. Note, it is not written in any book, but I am the face of it. You just haven't read it yet. At the tick of every talk to your clock, you will be alarmed to realize I am your antivirus. Here to remind us, let us create, transform and hone our skills from home. It is our platform, and from the stage we perform. So, break a leg.
And we're back once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for choosing to be with us this evening. We understand you could have been anywhere in the World Wide Web, but you're here with us. And viewers, thank you very much for your patience and for sticking with us this evening. We are experiencing a little bit of technical difficulty, especially with our internet connection. But the beautiful thing about this is that it's being recorded. So after the show, if you would love to watch the smooth and flawless one, we will upload it on YouTube, which is DTtv or courtesy of Hip Hop. And you can just sort of like run it back and share it with everybody else. So next to me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the presence of greatness. I did say I will be here with the champ of the what's Eswatini Lockdown Online Talent Show.
Yeah.
My man, how you doing?
Very good.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, thank you for gracing us with your presence. You know, like I feel big just sitting next to the champ, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great stuff, great stuff. Maybe just introduce yourself to the viewers and just let us know who you are, where you're from, and when did you fall in love with poetry?
Well, this is the Poetic General.
Salute.
Yeah, salute. That you know the hashtag.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from Matsapa.
Okay.
In Pulen.
Okay.
In Lukshin.
Okay. Eka.
Eka.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell in love with poetry. It was back in 2012. By then, I was doing Form 2.
Okay.
By then, I was doing Form 2. Inspired by other poets who are now kind of retired in the industry. But really, I started taking poetry seriously and myself seriously as a poet when I was doing Form 5. I think that was 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
Ah, great stuff, my man. Look, like I said, guys, we're in the presence of greatness. We're still going to be here having a conversation with the Poetic General. If you've got any questions for him, you can put them on the comment section below. Speaking of the comment section, Macha Gonyane says, Gonyane rather says, let's do this. And Steph, hello Steph, all the way from the United States of America. She's excited about the open mic session. Kulegane Wapelele Mamba, aka Kali B, aka Uncle Kali, says Black in America. Dobin Zabgelwago, that is amazing. And is it Jonazer says watching from Mozambique. Sharon Martins, who's all the way in the United Kingdom, says love Ndobe. Thank you, Jonazer, for calling your people to check this out. Yeah. Just keep the comments going. Thank you very much. We would love to interact with you. And if there's anything that's happening here that sticks out for you, just please let us know. And once again, the producers have asked me to let you know that we are experiencing a little bit of technical difficulty, and it is due to poor internet connection. Thank you once again to the U.S. Embassy in the Kingdom of Eswatini, Steph, Nanette, Nondumiso, Vagele, and Morrison. These guys have been amazing in just making sure that we have this here gathering. And of course, the master, Daniel Toro, for making sure we come through live and direct on this here live stream. General, so Naguge, so and you've discovered that you actually have this passion for poetry. Where did it take you in terms of, before Sifige Lagu, the competition that you are now the champion of, where else did poetry take you?
Well, I think it was 2014.
Yeah.
I think it was 2014. By then, I was part of Miss Cultural Heritage Eswatini.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. So I was there during the launch and the finals,
All right.
which were there. Yeah, that is by far. And then the same year, I was in the celebration of the King's birthday.
Oh, snap. Okay.
In the
I see
King's
you.
birthday.
I see you. Okay,
Yeah,
like
so
it's big things, just like, hey,
in
the
King's
king
birthday.
knows me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the King's birthday celebration. But besides those, in the country, we have the theatre club. So been around those places a lot. So yeah.
All right. No, great stuff. You spoke earlier on about some of the poets that are sort of like inspired you in the kingdom. Can you just maybe just name a few guys that maybe you have been following and looking up to in your journey as a poet?
As a poet.
Because in your journey as an upcoming poet until this point where you are now a nationally recognized and celebrated champion in the poetry fraternity.
Well, Some may not know him, but yeah, he was there. He's called Amazon the Poet.
Amazon the Poet. Of course we know Amazon the Poet, bro.
Amazon the Poet. Yeah, he's actually the one who took me and actually grew me in the poetry. And there were poets that I would look up to, like Black Note.
Of course.
Remember those people?
Yeah.
Black Note.
Yeah.
And of course, Majaha Nkonyane. I remember one of his poems. I think that was the time where I decided, man, I want to do this thing.
I want to do that. Yeah.
I want to do this thing. I remember one of his poems. I was watching it back then. It was Channel S, back at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a poem entitled "A Poet in Thought."
Yeah,
I was like,
I know the brother gets deep.
A poet in thought. Yeah, a poet in thought, and that is when I said, I want to make people feel like this.
All right.
What I'm feeling right now.
Felt,
So those are the people, man, that have kind of inspired me.
No, that's great stuff, man. It's amazing because that's exactly what happens. It just takes a moment for you to actually connect with another artist and say, hey, actually, I feel like I have that in me and I want to express it as well.
In fact, you've also been in the
hey,
in
you
the
know,
picture.
hey, let him know. Holla at your boy.
Let him know. Yeah, I think it was a performance during the Global Leadership Summit.
Yes.
I was there. I was there. That poem about the blood.
So I performed some of my best pieces. Some of my best pieces on that stage.
Salute that. In fact, I was with my pastor in that summit, and it was like, take that one. Take that one. I want it back home.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Thanks, bro. In the building right now, we do have Ambassador Lisa Peterson. Thank you very much. She says, I'm here. Thanks as always for sharing your talents with us. We appreciate you for all the work that you are doing, not only with the artists, but just in trying to make sure that we get a Swaziland that is inclusive and that is conducive for the growth and development, especially of young people. We appreciate you very much, Madam Ambassador. Bro, so let's talk about the competition. Yeah. You know, I know as an artist myself, it takes a lot for you to put yourself in a space where you're competing with other artists. Because I want to know you're artist. Your art is your soul. So it takes a lot for you to actually expose yourself, be that vulnerable, and put yourself out there for other people to judge you. What inspired you to join the competition, and what kept you going until you got to be crowned champion?
What really inspired me to join the competition, first of all, was like, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I mean, yeah.
What's there to lose?
Well, yeah, exactly. Why not?
In fact, I had everything to gain. In entering the competition. Yeah. But for me, mostly, I'm the kind of artist who I believe I'm called for this generation.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, I believe I'm called for this generation. So the competition came at about a time where really I was looking out for something to do, to get myself out there. Because for me, what's really important is getting my message out there. You will note that most of my stuff is not really a romantic stuff, whatnot. It's stuff that will really talk about life, about what's happening, about my personal experiences. It's stuff that I want to make you feel some type of way. I want you to remember me 6 months after my performance.
The man is here. He's got a message and he wants us to remember him. So ladies and gentlemen, without wasting any more of your data or your bandwidth, please allow me the pleasure to introduce to you the champion of the Eswatini Lockdown Online Talent Show. And he is here for the first time right here on First Friday. Everybody stream! And welcome, the poetic general. The microphone is yours.
Well, noting that we have international viewers, you'll have to forgive me. I write mostly in vernac, man. But I try to accommodate you. So let's do it. Oh, Tembalami, te. Oh, mama, oh, Tembalami, Tembalami, te. Dia peli Tembalami. nginelethemba lekuthi lamavi ayovusa tinsika nginelethemba lekuthi ayophenvuka inkemba qashule lamadimoni embetheni futfuko elulakithi isandla senjabulo athi nathi asikhulule imiqondo nenhlitiyo emigomeni yekuphila yayitolo nakuthandi esuka khombelusha athi laba sebaphila ngcono uma badle mathambo entsandvo nabo bathi sibonwe ngibani impela lamadimoni aphethe esilumbi yathenga ngaso nesimile emathangeni ebantfanyana nalokuncane nje sokwahlala nelijaza ngithi kufa sebakhula nako inkinga yami ke ngimaphiko mancane ngabe ngiyabakhusela ngoba nabonina bamandla ekulila bakhute ibhadi nganamuhla ibe itolo betfele emabhayibheli bashiya inkhanuko idekela abantfanyana ibadlela emabaleni wabukela namakhelwane kancane naye atibongela ngebunyumba namhla letoti miliyoni likusasa telusha tiyapoka emathuneni lenawemba egameni lemalungelo nemfundo buka sena kwesaba nekuhlwa angithi kona kunekuvusa bulwane kubo bona labo botfunjana lenibavuna ebubini nitsimane bakhule ngqono kunani bayaphela abantwana lena kubosolana kuphakama tinqingo kuphela nje nithi abaphephe nibuye nithi nelethemba lekuthi letindlela tebelumbi lentikhuhlele engatini yalabantfanyana tiyobaphatsa ngemusa noma babuyise emakhaya ngekusa nithi nelethemba lekuthi lenkhululeko egameni lesimanje iyobakhusela niyafunga impela niyotfuka ingati yabo etandleni tenu ngemhla wokuphela kuthiwe laba bangene ekufeni ngabo 5 cent betiketi ninenimamatheka nabondlana bondlana senabaphakela nelikhula nithi kuphela uma bajabula najika nabone emadimoni lapho sebanethfala uma seningakhona ngoba vele kuyoba njalo lobe kwenteka itolo namhla sikhala ngako bukani phela nale situkulwane lesikhule sibona bude esifazaneni namhla kuyalilwa emakhaya silisa sibambe imbokotho ngesihluku botsatse wethu bashiya ngesihluku nalapho nginelethemba lekuthi ayophola lawo manqeba nginelethemba lekuthi lamava yovusa tinsika impela aphendvuka inkemba qashule lamadimoni nine phonsane matshe ezivivaneni ngoba vele impilo ibita imbita lebabako phonsane matshe ezivivaneni ngoba ngivene likusasa nalolikhala ngesifundisalo lithi ngasithini lesitukulwane nine phonsane matshe ezivivaneni ngiyalila phonsane matshe ezivivaneni tsema lami tsema woma ayaphele matsema bimbela kuthi angihlambuluke ngikhaqhe konke lokusesifubeni ngintshela utsemba la ayetsemba kuthi angihlambuluke ngikhaqhe konke lokusesifubeni ngintshele ngoba ngibona kufa kuyanifafabula solo nithini yajabula nilitshalwa kuye ngwatindvutfu letiphuma ngemakhala tidle bonembeza nite nihambe emabanga eveni nibanganane kufa etiko lesono nibe solo yemiveni nibange esiphakabhakeni impela inkinga nami ngibhale nalenkondlo ngingasaboni nasemehlweni pheni seyigijima tikwetinye phepheni ukuthi angihlambuluke ngiqhaqhe konke lokusesifubeni impela ninitshele tsemba lami liyaphela tsemba buya kimi tsemba lami alelake kunenzaba abantfabami labanye bathi senhlitweni labanye bayikhomba imiveni akusenanzaba ke kuphela nje ninengiveni nitababona kume umhlaba vele uma banyathela inhlitiyo iba nekuthatheka uma bamamatheka. Umphimbo uthathwe imajaqamba kuqaqambe emathambo ebambe amandla imithambo. Ningakhuti-ke lidimoni bantfu bami, vele ngulendlela luhambo loluthando. Vele lona-ke luhle uma lifakwe etinyaweni kuhanjwa ngalo. Kuphela-ke nulubambe bantfu bami, lunokuhamba lifike nasendumbeni lumbele lwabanye ludzakeni. Lomunye asathi uma ungasuye wama uyuba wamuntu bantfu bami. Vele loluthando luyehlulana uma-ke luthathwa ngemawala. Bawa la eluthandveni-ke labanye kwasala imilotha, bafela lona luthando selilotha. Lijaha lithi uma phela ngamane liphele nawe ngikuthandza kakhulu ukuthi ungathandza lomunye ngisekhona bantfu bami. Kukhona lokukhona kulendvo yeluthando. Phela lona lodva lukwati kuthumba imicabango lusithume emaphilisi nentsambo. Lubuye luphatse incwadzi lusifundzise bongwaqa bekukhakha tinhlitiyo lisho ngebuciko bekungena emoyeni ngekhatsi luphehle luvatsi tindlebe tite tivakashele umhlobo tihlala. Sawubantfu bami, nami nibongikhontela kulo uma nifika. Uma ngikhontela kulo uma lifika ngoba inhlitiyo yenu ibe yijakile igadze kuvika linekushiya imivimba. Bantfu bami, ninyathele kancane luthandveni ngoba linekubuthatha buntfu kumuntfu kungasali muntfu. Labakulo babambelele ngetitfukutfuku liyasetshentwa lakhiwa ngale midlalo yasebusuku. Lona lukhona bantfu bami. Nani nitalinambitsi uma nifika kulo kuhlo kwelujuse nisho bohani. Niqambalale phansi emtfunto emaqembe kuthula kwalo lomunye esifubeni nifunge intsandvo nempilo yatini nenodva emhlabeni. Ningangisoli-ke ngemanga bantfu bami. Vele-ke uma lifika liyawehlula nalamave yise kuniqaphelisa kuphela ninenukhumbule. Kutsi luthando luyabulala. Luthando luyaphilisa tshepa. This now is a letter to you. This one is a letter to you who was diseased with lust at 18. In just a short sin of pleasure, you had the joys of your youth wrapped in a living soul taking root in your womb. This is a letter to you who is steadily outgrown by the seed of rejection which your father planted in your feeble spirit when he screamed in your face that was steaming with shame and fear, dissolved in tears, saying, "Cursed will be his hands and blessed the grave the day you attempt to step on those grounds you once called home." And from that day, life as you knew it was uprooted even from your soul. And this was emphasized and it was stemmed by the cold stirs of your neighbors as they shielded their daughters more from your growing belly than making way as though pregnancy was contagious. And at 18, you had to give your lust and your innocence to strangers in backroom rooms, in shippings and bars. On backroom sheets, desperation inscribed your scars and robbed you of your esteem. You had to feed the child. Now this is a letter to you who is haunted by your own ghosts. You've become a mess of regret. You sleep alone when high. You sleep alone when high, trying to lock your conscience in weed for just once to sleep and not see the pictures of those dead fetuses in your dreams and the letters they bring saying, "Mother, remember that the life you live is founded on the sacrifice of hours, and for hours you stand, sit and lie, but it is still as if from deep within you can still hear their scratching screams as you would throw them in those pit latrines, hoping they die with your shame and fears." But they didn't. Now finally, this is a letter to you who has been enslaved by nudity. You've been imprisoned by your own flesh. There is no fun anymore. Now and again you find yourself lost and burning with lust in erotic imagination by just watching the ladies pass by. You pass evening to midnight browsing porn sites. It has become more than the pleasure of sight. You've been mastered by the bait, so you masturbate. Now these are the sins of our mothers who would shade their rough black skins with the cool shadows of the dense forest as they grew short and tall again. They were once one with the soil. They sang with the birds, echoed with the mountains, and whispered with the winds. Watching the calves gallivanting the green velds until the dark smoke of burning wood and boiling pots above their neighborhood called them back home. And down those thin walkways to the village river, oh, you would hear those Swazi maidens clapping and laughing at the young village boys drooling over their chocolate skins and curves as they passed by, balancing calabashes on their heads, heading home, where their fathers were bringing back the oxen that turned the soil, growing these little brown coins that bought their uniforms, pens, and books so they could read and write themselves into worth. Their fathers used to bring back the oxen from turning the soil that grew their dinner plates and these little brown coins that bought their uniforms, pens, and books so they could read and write themselves into worth. They ate from the hands of the seasons and drank from the sky. I often envy them, even in my imagination of those days, for they lived. You see, they lived until their school uniforms became like burning plastic, suddenly unfit for their sexy urges and curves. And the pens suddenly became too rough for their soft palms and beautiful manicures. And the books became pages of fairy tales, suddenly too shallow for their deep minds. So they threw it all at the feet of irrelevance and chased themselves. Now as they chased themselves, they gave their innocence to strangers and lust in the bushes, changing the trees to satisfy their premature cravings as they went. And here we are. We are children of predicted paternities to their mothers, our grandmothers. We were nothing but like flowers on the graves of the purity and innocence of their daughters. And our roots eating away at the life that was meant as the security of their own. We were a constant reminder of their failures as parents. So they gave up their daughters, our mothers, to the misty mountains of life, also giving their plates and spoons that even when they may return, they will find their place on the table no more, and their withered petals will find a place on the family tree no more. And so here we are the future with no past. How we have come to own the sins of our mothers. Salute the general.
Clever teens that make smart choices. Well informed is the norm, you hear it in their voices. Young ladies that ain't ready for birth. Wait until the moment is right and planning it first. My young bucks not acting like dumb punks. Ball in a court, play the game right, slam dunk. Parents, leaders, setting the right example. Do as I do, not I say. Can you handle?
You know the risks are plenty. How change are dependent. Let me put some words in your ear. You exposing yourself. You need to be protecting yourself. Labor world, just to show that you care. HIV will lose your trust. Glamedia, gonorrhea, libosavelesa. Give me a chance to grow, to walk, to run, to fly. Give me a chance to live a better life. Give me a chance to grow, to walk, to run, to fly. Give me a chance to live a better life. Dear mother, dear father, dear aunt, dear uncle, koma fana wande mukaleji sanzo ngati simunambe ababa ndendibwele zanso. Dear mother, dear father, grandparents, koma so cousin, koma fana wande mukaleji sanzo madaliso ofunika kuwabasa apasen. They keep telling me it's gonna be alright, but I'm tired of these lies. They kick me out saying I'm too young, but it's my right to be in the light. Be in the
social commentary. I picked up a little bit of street knowledge. I picked up a little bit of Bible. I picked up a little bit of tradition and history. You know what I mean? Like you were just like such a versatile writer. Where does all of that come from? And for you to actually memorize a piece that long, you know, like because it was a medley of poems. Yeah.
Well, I think it comes from the fact that when I write,
yeah,
I always want to write from an original place.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't want to write to impress you.
All right.
I don't have to impress you. Don't have to impress you.
Yeah.
I don't have to make you snap.
Yeah.
But I want to be true to myself, what I feel. So when I write, I make sure that even my choice of words, my diction, actually expresses what I'm feeling at that very same moment as I write.
Oh man, absolutely beautiful. Let's just take a couple of the comments. We see Sibo Makakula says mfana we mapupo umhai, and then Machango Nyane says kuluma sonkodlo. You know, let the sayer say, and then Terence Wana says dope. Au gujalo. Yeah, thank you very much, Msud Fungaposanga Potelwa. This is somebody who got a nudge to say, yo, it's going down on Facebook.
Yeah.
You're about to miss out. So, my man, just before we let you go, where to from here? You know what I mean? I think one of the biggest challenges, especially as an artist, is when you have been unearthed, polished, presented to the world, and then you just disappear. You know what I mean? Like, and then you just fade to black. Where to from here for the Poetic General?
Well, there are some projects that are in the line with some other fellow poets.
Okay.
So they should expect some live shows now and again.
Yes.
But from here is really about writing and throwing the work out there. Because as I said, for me, it's really about me getting my message out there, you hearing me, and not really about competition.
You're not here to impress anybody.
Yeah,
you're born for a time such as this one to speak a message that is relevant for a time such as
exactly.
this one.
And I think it's back to what I was doing, in fact, before the competition.
Sure.
Because the competition found me, I was doing a little bit of videos. I think it was once a week.
Or
once in 2 weeks. Yeah, so I used to do videos with some other guy called Masterpiece TV. Shout out to him. So I used to do videos, you would polish them up, and then we would upload them on YouTube.
Put them out there for the world to see.
So put them out there for the world, so they should expect more of that.
Great stuff. Well, look on the bright side, because now you've got content like this. It's very high quality because Daniel Toro is a professional like that, and now you can just like take this and then just chop it up and just and release it bit by bit. You know, how do we get a hold of more of your stuff? Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. How do we get to listen to more of the truth that you speak?
Well, on Instagram, it's Salute the General. Then
So
on
at Salute the General.
Yeah, at Salute the General. And on Facebook, I'm just Zulake Fagutse.
Okay.
Yeah, Zulake Fagutse. Then on YouTube, really, I do not have yet these
Yeah.
things, but currently we're using, as I said, Masterpieces account. So there's, you just can click Masterpiece TV Africa. You'll find more of my stuff.
Great stuff. Mdolo, I want you to pick a camera. Daniel Toro, which one should he look at? This one, that one. The one straight ahead.
Straight, okay.
I just need you to speak the truth, speak from the heart to any young person that's watching out there, to any old person that's watching out there. You know what I mean? Just in terms of what's in your head, what's in your heart that you would love to speak and just light a fire and inspire somebody watching out there.
All right. Well, I'm one person who believes that life is spirit. I think that is why I'm a poet, because words, they don't just speak to your mind and everything, they speak to your spirit. So life is spirit. You should also always remember that one. Always remember that one. And to any young person, maybe an upcoming artist, upcoming poet, whatever, I would like to say, man, it's not really about talent. It's one thing that I've learned. It's not really about talent. You can be talented and everything. But if you will not push yourself, the world does not owe you anything. There are some artists who believe they're entitled to some things. They just feel they're entitled, that courtesy should just call them. And they hook them up for a show or something, and they sit back because they think they are talented. I've learned it's not about talent really. Talent plays its part, but it's mostly about pushing yourself, believing in yourself, getting out there. So yeah, salute.
All right, the General has spoken. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not just about talent. Talent alone will not see you reach your goals. There's a whole lot of other things that you need to put around, like a team that's going to help you to push. But also, most importantly, it's on you to make sure that you present yourself in such a way that people will want to associate with your art and your artist. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been another beautiful, beautiful evening out here in Bab City, the Cap City. The moon is out. The stars are also dancing this evening. It's actually relatively warm, warmer than usual for Mbabane. And thank you very much once again to the U.S. Embassy in the Kingdom of Eswatini for opening their doors through Ndibanweni to be the place where we host these First Friday poetry sessions. Shout out to the entire team, Ambassador Peterson, we appreciate you, Steph, Nanette, Nondumiso, Morrison, Vagele, you guys are just amazing in making sure that this actually does happen. Shout out to Daniel Toro, the master, for making sure that we come at you live and direct on this here live stream. And from me, the courtesy of hip hop, it's peace, love, and happiness. Stay safe, and remember, we are live every first Friday of the month, right here on DTtv. Not so much, but also please make sure to check out the other stuff that we have running. We do have Represent on Thursdays. We do have Music in the Woods coming up, and we do have fun times with Mdura as well. These are just some of the things that we have running to make sure that at least let the entertainment industry or fraternity in the Kingdom of Eswatini remain above water and remain visible during this time of lockdown. But for now, it's thank you very much. We will see you on the next First Friday.